My name is Natalie Mathenge. I have 20 years experience in the HR profession. I have most recently been in charge of HR for an asset management business in Kenya and Uganda. And we just have recently completed or begun or are working through an outplacement program for our employees. I actually know of Natalia, who is the managing director of JstWork, through a mutual friend at Oracle. But that being said, she does have a lot of content on LinkedIn, which I found quite useful when I was looking for service providers. She talked about some of the work she does in terms of preparing people for the workforce, getting them to understand the way the work environment is operating and how to optimize their LinkedIn. We contacted JstWork to work with my employees with respect to brushing up their CVs and getting them ready to go out into the workforce once again. I found them quite open. I think that for me was the best thing for me. They were quite open. They were willing to listen to what my challenges were and what I was looking for, and they tailor-made their content for my business. The challenge for my employees, which was also my pain point, was seeing the effect that the outplacement had on them. Because these people are very young, they're losing their jobs, and they were lost and had lost all direction. They didn't know which way to go. How do you go out and look for a job after 7 years or 3 years or 5 years in a business? JstWork resonated with my young workforce. They understood these are people working in the digital age. These are people who are either in the beginning or the middle of their careers, and people who needed to understand how best to place themselves in that environment. If you look at employee wellness, it deals with day-to-day employee problems. Their day-to-day problems were not there. They had one problem. They are out of a job. But Natalia from the get-go said, look, I don't believe in CVs. The work of world has changed. That's what I'm going to bring to your employees. And I do recall that in the first sort of 2 hours of the first group's training, I started getting messages because I was in the office. And people were like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is life-changing. My thought process has changed. The other thing that I've noticed from some of the other employees, I've noticed LinkedIn profiles becoming refreshed, looking better looking pictures on LinkedIn. I've seen people ask for help and say, I'm going out for an interview. Can you guide me through this process? Or I'm thinking differently about where I place myself, about my career. And I think as an employer, that's one of the greatest things you can give people going through an outplacement program. It's not enough to just do the legal and the policy things, which are extremely important, but let's not forget the human side. And the human side goes beyond counseling. It goes towards making sure that your employees feel strong enough to go out and make decisions about their careers that only they can make for themselves. And I think taking that perspective of be a bit more proactive and being able to look at LinkedIn as a different type of tool. We normally just go in to just randomly click and apply on jobs, and understanding how recruitment algorithms work. If they hadn't gone through that, none of them would have understood it, myself including, and I'm a HR person. Understanding how those algorithms work and placing yourself better such that you can, because you just want to get called in, you just want a foot in the door so that you can then demonstrate yourself to the new employer. And I think if they hadn't gone through that, they wouldn't know how to then navigate in this world. There's a lot of redundancies happening in the marketplace, so you have got all that talent sitting outside there. The thing is, some of these businesses are not closing down completely. They are simply just shutting off maybe certain production lines or getting rid of certain products or just getting leaner. You will continue to be in this market. You will be judged by how you treat these people going out. Their lives are already going to be difficult. Don't make them that much more difficult. It's not an extra coin out of the past. It's actually an investment. You have people who will remain in the business. How you treat those of their colleagues who go out will make a big difference in that employer-employee psychological contract. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is please go for it. Talk to Natalia. Tell her what your concerns are. Don't go for the traditional rudimentary off-the-shelf package where you get counseling and you get financial wellness and then you get someone to talk to them about their CVs. Take your time to think through. You know your people better. You know what their pain point is. You know what their age demographics are. The priorities for each of those is different. Use Natalia to help you package that program better. If you just do it off the shelf, you'll be doing yourself a disservice and it will then just be a coin that you threw away from the past. So I would say kindly consider it. Please talk to Natalia. You will not regret it at all.
At JstWork.com. Just without the U. Because
we are looking for you.
oh my.